PDF output is a really important part of many workflows, and RackForms is proud to support several different PDF methods. So in this video then, I just want to go over a few hints about PDF output and talk about how we actually do it in RackForms. So the first thing to note is just to real quickly say that PDF creation is a conversion process. And by that I mean basically this. If I take this RackForms editor right here and I hit Control P to print, because I'm on Windows and I have Acrobat installed, or if you're on Mac, you can just do this automatically, we can actually just generate a PDF of whatever this web page is. So I'll hit OK, and then when I view this PDF, it looks like this. And so it's not perfect. And that's really the point here. So you'll notice that I have this little hairline crack right here. That's not, of course, present on the original. Some form field elements are just simply wrong, so we don't have a border on this. And those that are right aren't always to the correct size. So these checkboxes are a little bit different size here. And you'll also notice that the border right here also looks different depending what size it is. So here it should just be 1 pixel. It's several pixels here. This is especially important considering that every PDF library over the different OSs and versions of the OS are going to be different as well. So that is the output I got from Windows 7. The output that a Mac user would get is going to be different still, and same for Linux. So that's really the big hint, is that when it comes to PDF output, again, because it's a conversion process, to just make sure that we test. Now, when it comes to testing, though, we actually start diving into how we generate PDFs in RackForms, which is actually hopefully pretty simple. So in this case, I've gone to Load Example Job, and I've selected the Builder Output job. And I'm just going to click its header right here, and then under the Properties area here, I'm going to scroll down to Page PDF Output Properties. Under Enable PDF Output, I'm just going to select Yes, and then without changing anything else, we get this right here, right? So a PDF of this job. It is important to note, however, that that's actually a little bit risky because we're under PDF output mode saying direct to browser. And if you're on Windows XP, you actually don't have PDF capabilities built in. And so this would actually basically create an error. So a safer bet might be to use download prompt. And what that means is instead of trying to generate a PDF, we actually just generate a download prompt. And then this way the user can then at least save what they created and then either install Acrobat or take it to a machine that has Acrobat. We have one other option, which is the Save for Email Output. And so what that means is, once again under sample jobs here, I'll load up emailing PDFs. The basic idea is that we can actually take a form like we are right here and collect a bunch of information, which even includes digital signatures. We then create a template page where we say this is what we want our PDF to look like, and this can include dynamic fields. So we're using tokens here to take dynamic values from our form field, and that actually once again includes the signature here. So we're using the signature token. Then we actually take that page, generate a PDF from it, and then email it to whoever we want in the confirmation page. So that works beautifully. To look at it a little bit more specifically though, the way we actually do this is under the page that we want to be the PDF, I'm going to select the page right here, and then under its PDF output properties, as I hinted at before, it is a PDF output mode. So Save for Email Output is selected, and then as this little hint says right here, whatever page we have on the onSuccess property is going to be where we just automatically redirect to. So the user never actually sees this page. We just stop at it for a brief second, build the PDF page, and then redirect to this page right here. In this case, confirmation.php is this guy right here. So if I look at its page name, it's confirmation.php. And then for its email item, if I scroll down to its properties here, you'll notice that I have include PDF file attachments checked. The idea being here that because we have this checked, any PDFs that we've created previously using this method right here is going to be attached to this email automatically. And once again, this includes digital signatures. So this could be a contract, for example, for a real estate agreement. And instead of having to force paper on the process, we can have digital signature and all dynamic fields in real time. Finally, I should mention for the developers amongst us, we also have the ability to use custom code. So you'll notice that we have these 3 custom jobs right here. If I load one of these guys up, the big thing with these is that under PHP top code and PHP bottom code, we have the raw PHP code that we use to create a PDF from this output. So in this case, in the PHP top code here, we basically turn on output buffering and we require the PDF library. And then under PHP footer code, we have the actual PHP that generates the PDF. So we flush the output buffer, and then we use the DOM-PDF class to actually generate the PDF for us. What's important about this is that just like everything else in RackForms, we never force you just to use the UI. So even though the UI, that is just selecting under page PDF output properties, a PDF output mode is really simple and it works 99% of the time. If you're a developer and you want custom output, you can do that. You can actually write your own code to use your own features to get exactly the output that you want. So again, as a quick recap then, the basic premise was when it comes to creating PDFs, it is a conversion process. So we just want to be mindful of how we're actually generating that PDF output. And so while usually it's pretty accurate, it is important to note that as we saw before, even with a professional solution like Adobe Acrobat, basically the people who make PDF as a standard, we still can't guarantee that we're going to get perfect output. Speaking of guarantees then, we also can't guarantee that a user will have PDF software on their computer. For example, Windows XP users, as mentioned, don't have any built-in PDF capabilities. Therefore, when it comes to the output mode, we want to be mindful that perhaps the download prompt is going to be the best way to go, because that way a user won't lose anything from that particular session. And then finally, if we ever need to jump into more advanced settings, for example, emailing PDFs or writing custom code, RackForms supports that as well. So thank you for your time again, and as always, if you have any questions, we love to hear from you. info@rackforms.com, and once again, thank you for taking the time to watch the video.